The grandeur of classical music pairs well with the artistry of acrobats. In the studio tonight, the executive director of the Duluth Superior Symphony Orchestra, Rebecca Peterson. Now she's here to fill us in on a spectacular New Year's Eve concert. Welcome to the playlist.
Thank you, and I hear you're going to be there, so
yeah,
both of us and a whole lot of other people.
Hopefully a whole lot, a packed Amsoil Arena. So
Absolutely.
Tell me, what am I going to see? What's it all about?
Well, it's one of our Pops concerts, so we're featuring not only the Duluth Superior Symphony Orchestra, but the Peking Acrobats, and they're bringing some of their musicians from China as well.
Wow.
So I can't do any of the contortions, I'm sorry, but they're going to be doing an amazing evening of acrobats and back walkovers like maybe you and I did in 7th grade, but much more elaborate.
Yeah, and not like this. Believe me, we figured it would be easier to show you what it looks like than it is to actually describe it. So we have some videotape to share with you, and what they are doing is incredible.
Oh my goodness! I mean, you know, some of the acts, the lion dance, the chair act, the bicycle act, where it's a human pyramid and a bicycle pagoda. I can hardly imagine. So the video gives a sampling.
Yeah. So have you been to China? Have you seen the Chinese put on wonderful shows? Their
do.
Traditional dances are fantastic.
They do, and they're coming here to Duluth, which is awesome. We're very lucky to have them. And for New Year's Eve, what a great way to celebrate with the whole family.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about what it's like to work with performers from other places. I mean, you can't rehearse, you can't sit your symphony orchestra down and rehearse with them.
Correct. So there's been a lot of work that's been going on, you know, via the internet. We've been doing a lot of talking with their promoter. Our conductor's been talking with them. We've worked out the program so that the symphony knows what they're playing with the acrobats and what they're playing on their own. And then they get a rehearsal. The conductor will meet with the acrobats after they arrive on Thursday, and then he rehearses with the acrobats and the orchestra on Saturday, and the program Saturday night, the 31st.
So your orchestra has already had this music. Is it different kinds of music than you would normally play, or it's
a lot of the repertoire that the symphony would play. People are familiar with the piece Bolero by Ravel. That's on the program. Some other things by Tchaikovsky from the Nutcracker. But then there'll be some things that they do with the Peking musicians, so that'll be very interesting and unique.
And this is part of a really kind of exciting year for the symphony, because you're trying out 5 different new conductors coming in, trying to pick the best one, and from what I've heard, they're all great.
Oh
so
my
you're
gosh,
going to have
awesome.
you're going to have a hard choice.
We are going to have a hard choice. And the interesting thing, they all do a classical concert, and then they all do a Pops concert. So Mariusz Smoley, who's here to do New Year's Eve, has already done a classical concert in November, and then this is his 2nd visit.
Okay, and he has a pretty extensive international resume from the sounds of it.
He does. In fact, I've been talking with him this fall, and sometimes I'm talking to him when he's in Budapest. Other times I talk to him when he's in Houston or in Louisiana, but then he's back and forth to Poland, which is his country of origin.
What fun. So tell me a little bit about the process. How will you decide? You know, is it an input from the musicians, input from your board of directors? How do you?
All of the above. And there is a search committee that took the 140 original applicants and narrowed it down to 5. So they've done a lot of research. And then, you know, these folks are meeting not only with the orchestra, and the orchestra is critiquing them and how well they conduct, but the search committee is there watching and listening. They have a number of interviews. They're out in the community meeting with community members, and we try to get them on, you know, television and radio, so we see how they interact with the media. So all of those things.
Yeah, what a resume. I mean, you really have to go for this job with all your heart. Last questions about tickets for this New Year's Eve deal. I know that there's a great family offer out there.
There is, you know, because of our great sponsors, and I'd like to mention them, National Bank of Commerce, the Atwater Group, Essentia Health, Minnesota Power Elite, and Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union, we were able to offer this really great family pack of 4 tickets for $58. So that's a great deal.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited about it, and thank you. Thank you for coming over and telling us about it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
You too.
All right.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Just a reminder now, the New Year's Eve concert with the Peking Acrobats and the Duluth Superior Symphony Orchestra begins at 7:30 at the Duluth Entertainment and Convention Center. And there's more information and tickets available online.
Funding for the playlist is provided by the citizens of Minnesota through the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and by viewers like you.